All right, you guys, I think we are live. So I'm going to give folks just a few moments to actually just log in. So one quick moment while we go ahead and get things set up. And for all of you guys who are on the webinar early, or you're probably viewing the recording, hello and welcome. And we're actually going to be starting the live broadcast in just about a minute from now. So I guess while we're waiting, I'll give a quick introduction. This is, of course, a webinar. So whoever invited you tonight, definitely thank them for getting you on, because this is some powerful information that can truly change your life, your financial life, and also your personal life. You're going to see what I mean by that in a very quick moment. So as we get ready to tune in, definitely get into a quiet space, prepare to take some great copious notes, and we're going to go over some information that can truly change your life. Once again, my name is Ricardo Suber, and give me one quick moment while I go ahead and send a quick reminder. One moment. All right. All right, ladies and gents, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to begin the broadcast now. We had a bunch of people jump on like at the same time. So I want to welcome you all to tonight's broadcast. And once again, my name is Ricardo Suber. Literally just got off the airplane, literally just walked in, but nonetheless wanted to bring forth some powerful information that can truly change your life, not only on a business level, but also on a professional level and personal level as well. So all that being said, again, my name is Ricardo Suber, and I'm a national director in this business that we know as 5 Links. I'm going to get into that in a moment. But what I really want to do is just kind of paint a picture of the person who I am, because I believe that no matter who you're hearing from, if you're learning about anything with respect to business, I think it just serves your right to know as much as you can about the speaker, so that you know that the information is credible. So again, my name is Ricardo Suber, and prior to getting started in this business, I was a software engineer. I went to a 4-year university, came out with a degree in computer science, did everything that my parents told me to do, which was stay out of trouble, go to school, graduate, and get a good job. All right, and so I did that. I followed the blueprint. I went to Hampton University, got a degree in computer science, came out and worked for one of the world's largest computer companies that was there for over 6 years. I had spent, about another 1.5 years at another place of employment as a systems engineer. So I had a background in computing, but not really a background in business. I had also done some things on an entrepreneurial angle, but nothing to the extent of having a team of people that I work with. So that being said, in 2011, as history goes, I actually lost my job as a software engineer. And I was in a crossroads in my life, because I had seen, and even up until that point, I had seen the writing on the wall. I saw so many people, even people who were much older than me, who were still, not that there's anything wrong with Hondas or Toyotas, okay? But they were still driving the old Hondas, the old Toyotas. People who were, distinguished engineers who were still living paycheck to paycheck. And of course, I had known so many people, even who graduated with me, who weren't even working in their major, still struggling to pay off loans. And so I had seen all this stuff. And when I was let go, I had a decision to make. I had to ask myself, not whether or not I was going to get a job, because you definitely should have a job as a foundation. But I had to ask myself, what was I willing to do differently, so that I wouldn't fall into the same trap, so that I wouldn't fall into the trap of depending on a job for my income. And then when that job is taken from me, I'm literally begging out there on the chopping block, trying to find another job. And so it was around that time that a person I have a lot of respect for, I'll talk about him in a moment. A person I had a lot of respect for. He had already done some things all around New York City. He introduced me to this business and a group of powerful entrepreneurs and guys. It totally transformed my life. And so I hope that this information is of value to you. And all I'm simply here to do is not sell you on anything, but just to provide some information. And I'm going to speak from the heart. I literally just walked in. I don't have a script, so I'm just going to go off these slides. So with all that being said, ladies and gents, I'm going to bring up this information. And like I said earlier, I hope that it is of value to you. So let me go ahead and bring up the slideshow, and we will begin. All right, here we go. We got it loaded. Now let me share it with you guys. All right, ladies and gents, so hopefully you see the information, and let me make sure that it is coming in clear. One moment. Hopefully it advanced to the next slide. Looks like it did, so I'm going to go back. All right, guys, so listen. The name of our wonderful company is called 5 Links. And as I said before, 5 Links is this particular business that we're talking about. Now, what this business is, it's simply a direct selling telecommunications, technology, energy, and now wellness company. I know that's a lot, but here's what the company pretty much allows you to do. It allows anyone to get started as an independent marketing representative, where we'll teach you how to go out and acquire customers for the company. And every single time that those customers are acquired and people pay these bills, you get paid. But see, here's what I really love about the company. It's not just the fact that we can go out and help people that we already know save money on bills they already pay, all right, including yourself. Not only is that great, but for people who are also business-minded, people who you know are looking to make some extra money, you can actually help them start a business with you. And the beauty about that is now every time they get a customer, you also get a small overriding percentage because you made that introduction. You help them launch a business, and now you continuously get paid. And so what I love about this business is that over the past 3.5 years that I've been a representative with absolutely no experience, I was taught from being an amateur, a novice, and I'll even say even ignorant of this entire industry, to now someone who's very respected in the company, just a stone throw away from one of the top positions. And guys, we are just getting started. So with all that being said, let's begin. Now, the company, again, is called 5 Links. Now, the 5 in 5 Links stands for 5 key principles, which are vision, integrity, opportunity, freedom, and success. The company was founded in 2001 by these 3 visionaries, Craig Jerbeck, Jeb Tyler, and Jason Guck, who have a combined 60-plus years of experience in telecommunications, technology, and direct sales. The company, over the past 9 consecutive years, has been lauded across publications all over the US and the world, notably being the Inc. publication. Now, if you're already savvy in business, I wasn't, so I had never heard of Inc. But this is the magazine that always sits next to your Forbes and your Fortune magazines when you go to your local Barnes & Noble or your Walgreens. Every year, Inc. takes the top ranking of privately held companies, they put them into a grouping, and these companies represent the next companies to go public, the next companies to really take over. These have included in the past your Apples, your Amazons, your Microsofts, your Under Armours. All of these companies that have gone on to become major players, 5 Links has been featured in that same publication for the past 9 consecutive years in the top 1/2 of 1% of all privately held businesses all across the US and the world. On top of that, we sit in a 50,000 square foot world headquarters housed in Rochester, New York. And the motto of the company is that representatives come first. Now, I love that, guys. How many of us can honestly say that we come first on our jobs? Now, you might be saying to yourself, why 5 Links? And that's a great question, because that was one of my questions prior to me getting started. Why take a look at this business? Why? Well, those reasons right in front of the screen, any one of them or all of them could resonate with you. How about financial freedom or becoming your own boss? How about, not having someone to tell you what to do all the time? I remember there was one temporary job that I worked where I literally had to ask for permission to go to the bathroom. And it reminded me of going back to 4th grade. Now, why not become your own boss? Write your own check. How about becoming debt-free? Now, I know many of us, I know some of us have paid off our credit card debts, but most of us, if you have a high-paid professional job, chances are you have school loans into not only the 5, but the 6 figures. What if you could just wipe that out? Or how about saving for a children's college fund, giving back to charity, or simply having more money? Guys, I'm not saying that money is the cure to everything, but all I'm saying is let me find out. Seriously, guys, not only can we just have more money to have the things that we like and want, we can make a difference. How about being more philanthropic, giving back to our church or charity? The bottom line is, whatever your why is or your motivation, make it bigger than you. Business is not easy. This is not a get rich quick, and I will say it throughout this presentation. This involves hard work and effort. But you will see very, very quickly why this is a better way. So now, with all that being said, now let's go ahead and talk about the marketplace of direct sales. Now, what I understood were those 3 industries that you see on the left. I understand the NFL industry. As a matter of fact, go Patriots. They play in the Super Bowl next week at the time of this presentation. That's my favorite team. I'm originally from Boston. But what I had to understand when I started to take a look at businesses, the NFL is a $10 billion industry. Same thing with the movie industry. We all know about movies. One of my favorite movies I love all of Spike Lee's movies. He has a great movie called She Hate Me, one of my favorites of all time. What's your favorite? The bottom line is we all know about the movie industry, $11 billion. We know about the music industry. Who in here doesn't have a favorite genre of music? All right. But the bottom line is what I did not know was that the direct sales industry worldwide garners $178 billion with a B, billion dollars annually every single year, and this figure continues to rise. And so I was completely ignorant to this. I did not know about direct sales, also known as network marketing, also known as multi-level marketing. I had never heard of it. But what I did understand was when I saw a chart like this, I understand numbers. When you add the NFL, the movie, and the music industry, that's less than a fourth of what the direct sales industry garners worldwide. And all direct sales simply is this. You simply have companies such as DirecTV, such as Verizon. Yeah, they use traditional advertising such as commercials and billboards, but these companies are realizing more and more that word of mouth advertising trumps traditional advertising all the time. So for instance, how many times has a friend told you about a great restaurant or a great movie? What direct sales simply does is it uses that same philosophy and it teaches people how to become representatives. And when they share a service through word of mouth, then we get paid every time they pay those bills. And that's exactly what 5links does. It's teamed up with the top companies. It's found the best products and services, and it pays us for those efforts. So that being said, let's talk about the business structure, because I don't know about you guys, I was extremely skeptical when I first took a look at this profession. I likened it to a pyramid scheme. I thought it was a get-rich-quick scheme. I thought nobody could make money in these. And certainly I thought that once the person got in the beginning, they made all the money. So as far as I was concerned, I didn't think that there was a chance that I could rise up in this thing, because this company had already been around at the time that I got started. It had been around for 10 years. Now it's 14 years running strong. I did not think that there was a way that I could ascend this pyramid scheme, and that's what I thought it was. I was sadly mistaken. Now, what I actually found out after I educated myself, after I did my research, I figured out and I learned that what is really a pyramid? Well, anything in Western society, anything in capitalism is a pyramid. So if you look at the figure to the left, that basically signifies a Fortune 500 company. Where I used to work, there was one CEO. There was a president or two, several vice presidents, directors, upper, middle, and lower level managers. And then there was most of us at the bottom, broke, busted, and disgusted. When I got hired at one of the world's largest computer companies, I was given a title. I was making close to 100 grand a year. But at the end of the day, I was still an employee. I still had to come in when they told me to. I had to ask for permission to leave. And guess what? Once they fired me, well, I couldn't come back. So I had it. I didn't even get to the glass ceiling. But the thing is, in 5links, you start at the top of your own organization, and whatever you build, you benefit from. And I'll give you a perfect example. I can recall several individuals who got started well before me, and I personally surpassed their positions. And I don't say that to sound braggadocious or to impress you. I say this to impress upon you that if you do the same thing, if you get started, if you're able to follow a system that will teach you, you can also build an organization that not only starts with you, that can grow to 3. Eventually, those 3 will do the same thing. They'll bring on their 3, which will be 9 more. They'll bring their 3, 27 more, and so on. All this is showing you is how to leverage your time and maximize your income. So that being said, let's talk about timing and positioning. I know everybody watching this has heard of the phraseology being at the right place at the right time, right? Because sometimes being at the right place at the right time is better than being the smartest person in the room. Let me give you guys an example. You guys remember the PC industry? You guys remember long distance when it was very expensive? Remember the cell phone industry when that was brand new, the internet, video over internet protocol technology and voice over internet protocol, and you have these video apps. All of these have been wealth trends. And I'd be willing to bet everybody watching this uses at least 3 of these on a regular basis. Hello, well, all of you who are watching this are using the internet. Everybody who's watching this either has a PC on their lap or a PC in their pocket known as a smartphone. I'm sure many of us dial long distance and use cell phones. I don't have to introduce these to you guys because we're all consumers. But if you knew how to spot a technology trend well before it took hold, you'd be a billionaire today and probably sitting on Tahiti instead of worrying about, well, thank God I have no work tomorrow because there's snow. But the bottom line is, if you had the staunchness and maybe if you just were invited to the right meeting, you'd be in a different financial position today. Well, thankfully, what I'm here to share with all of you guys, again, this is not a sales pitch. This is not a what if or maybe or could this possibly work. What's going on right now are 4 emerging wealth trends that 5links is actively capitalizing in. And I promise you, out of the thousands of network marketing direct sales companies that exist in the world, none are doing what 5links is doing. We have a foothold in the energy industry. We have a foothold in mobile marketing, also in healthcare and in wellness. And these combine to well over trillions of dollars that you can participate in. So let's go ahead and begin, because what 5links actually does is it had created 3 specific divisions that we operate in. Our first division is our home division. Now, our flagship product here is energy. This is a $500 billion industry. And what we simply do is we help people cut the costs on their gas and electricity bills and even oil bills in some area. And guess what? Every time now they pay a bill, you can get paid. You help them save money. And as a thank you, 5links will pay you every single month that they pay their bill. And what I love about this, guys, is that you're simply just showing people how to save money. They don't have to pay a dime. But because they've done that, you get paid. The same thing with home security, home phones, internet, cable TV, and fiber video, wireless services, satellite TV, and a product that we have called ID Guard, which is identity theft protection. And I know many of you guys might be saying this to yourself, I've never heard of 5links internet. I've never heard of 5links satellite TV. Here's the bottom line. There are great companies, multi-billion-dollar companies that are doing this already. 5links has learned how to stay in its lane. So if you can't beat the best, well, you can certainly be with the best. And so 5links actually entered into contractual agreements with Dish, DirecTV, Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, GE for Protect America, which is our security systems. The bottom line is, help someone save money with a company they're already familiar with. And now every time they pay a bill, you can get paid. But that's just our first division. Our second division are products for your business. Now, our flagship product here is something called Text Alerts. Now, Text Alerts is a mobile marketing solution, which is a $48 billion industry. And if you want to see how this service works, you can text the word 5 links to the number 55469. What this technology allows any business owner to do is to stay in touch with their customers much better than email. How many of us have annoying junk email that we don't even read? We're trying to unsubscribe as soon as possible. All right. But how many of you guys understood that 90% of text messages are read in the first 3 minutes of them being received? All right. A lot of businesses are figuring this out, and 5links is participating in that industry. But not only that, we even have tailored this to churches. As a matter of fact, my own personal church in Cambridge, Massachusetts, which is a very large church, they actually use something called Church Alerts, which is a 5links product. Again, it helps people stay in better contact, including pastors, to the rest of the usher board, the trustees, and even the congregation. Not only that, guys, additional services for our business division include commercial energy, healthcare, commercial satellite TV, payment solutions, which is credit card processing, business security, and again, mobile marketing. Imagine every time a skyscraper could pay their energy bill, you can get paid. Think about the possibilities of a restaurant. Every time a credit card is swiped at that location, you can get paid. And that's simply by allowing them to save money on their bills. You do that, most businesses are going to be very, very open to the idea. And guess what? Every single month you get paid. A quick testimonial. One of my father's favorite sub shops in Lynn, Massachusetts, where I was born and raised, one of our favorite sub shops, the guy was actually complaining about how high his utilities were. My father said, well, you know, my son could probably help you save money on your electricity. My father called me that night. He said, call Sam tomorrow. I called Sam, the owner of this place, and now they're saving 25% on their electricity bill every single month through National Grid in Massachusetts. All right. And the thing is, now every single month, I'm gonna get paid. We just closed this deal last week. I can't wait to see what that residual is. So that's just our second division, guys. But our third division are products for your wellness. Now, I'm very excited about our wellness division because this is predicted to take our company from the $180 million business that it is today to well over $1 billion within the next 5 years. And so if you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe I already missed the wave of this company, we are just getting started, and the best time to get started is now. Because the thing is, our flagship product here is something called Enhanced Care MD, and this is answering the call of so many Americans. 44 million Americans are uninsured today, and many more are underinsured. What this product allows people to do, number one, it allows them to have 24/7 access to doctors or nurses within 30 minutes, if not as soon as 5 minutes over the phone. So if you have an ailment, you don't want to spend the money to go to an emergency room, how about just paying under $30 a month? And now you have access to a doctor or a nurse. They can even write you a prescription over the phone or through the internet, and you can go to your local Sam's Club or Walmart to pick up that prescription. And the average savings on prescriptions are at least 30 to 50%. But on top of that, we're now only one of 15 companies that participate and help people get health insurance. All right. We are one of the few Obamacare, Affordable Care Approved Act companies that allow people to save on health insurance. On top of that, we have additional products and services. The first that I love, I have it in my kitchen right now. It's called Matzah Vida. Not only is it a delicious coffee, but it contains two things that coffee, as you know it, does not have. First off, it contains something called MCT oil, which is what makes this coffee healthy. This assists with weight loss, appetite suppression, and the absorption of essential nutrients. And it also contains something called Ramon seeds, which are powerful antioxidants. All right. It also contains protein, fiber, and minerals, and a whole lot of vitamins A, B, C, and E. And guys, this coffee is delicious. And what I had to understand when we first broke into wellness with coffee, a lot of people didn't understand the move. They're like, I thought Five Links was a technology company. And then we got into energy. We thought we were just a technology and energy company. So when we got into wellness, it had a lot of people scratching their heads. But here's the vision of the company, and this is what I love. There are network marketing companies that only market coffee. There are network marketing companies that only market energy. The bottom line is, why not do both? Instead of thinking about, well, if I know someone who has coffee and I know someone who pays an energy bill, why not find a way to profit on both? The thing is, and many of you guys might know this gentleman, his name is Warren Buffett. He's one of the world's richest men. He actually says, what you do should be your hobby, but what the world does should be your business. And what he was actually referring to, he was referring to a lot of technology trends. But what I want you guys to understand is that coffee is the most consumed beverage behind water in the world. And it's drunk by 84% of people worldwide, at least occasionally. So the thing is, what Warren Buffett said was absolutely correct. It is the second most traded commodity behind oil. So the thing is, we market now this precious commodity. On top of that, we have something that addresses the weight loss industry. Weight loss is a $571 billion industry, and we have a perfect three-part system. How many of us have ever tried to lose weight, feel great, go to the gym, end up quitting, we can't stay in the gym? Well, the thing is, the things that usually ail people when they go to the gym, number one, they don't have energy. We address that. We have something called Hi-Fi Boost, which helps control hunger, and it provides an energy boost for long-lasting energy throughout the day without any crashes, and it does so in a healthy manner. On top of that, we market something called High Five Edge, which improves endurance and it assists with healthy aging. And we have a delicious nutrient-filled shake called High Five Lean, which contains 25 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber. This is a perfect three-part system that you can get, which has helped many of my business partners lose close to 100 pounds within 55 days. This is amazing. Now, obviously, you need to have a healthy lifestyle. Obviously, you should work out. But there have even been studies that have already been shown that High Five Boost alone, even without exercise, can help you burn calories. So this stuff clearly works. And what I actually had to do, I literally just got off the plane from Tampa, Florida. I'm now back in New York. We're under a blizzard warning as of the date of this recording, which is January 26, 2015. And man, I'm still on fire. I still haven't slept. And one of the things that the company did was they introduced a fourth product in our High Five products. And what they did was they introduced an energy shot. This is so new. I created this slide. It hasn't been created yet, but this product has been created. And I'm sure that the company's going to come out with a slide just like it, but I just had to show you guys what this product looked like. This is an energy shot. A lot of us are familiar with 5-hour energy, but how many of us have actually looked at the health effects, the detrimental health effects of high five? I'm sorry, of your energy shots. Okay, you have these Monster energy drinks, you have these 5-hour energy shots that are detrimental to your health. Well, we have one that's actually healthy. Not only does it give you a new boost of energy, all right, but it's a new kind of energy shot with a powerful blend of ingredients, including caffeine, but also B vitamins, taurine, and Nyugen, that powerful ingredient once again. The benefits and features include increases of alertness and energy. It helps burn calories. It supports optimal performance, and it contains no sugar, no calories, and no genetically modified ingredients. So guys, look, this is a $27 billion industry. And now, even though when I joined Five Links, there was no wellness division, now that we have wellness, because I was already in position, now I'm already getting paid on hundreds of wellness customers, if not more. And I'm just so excited. But not only that, guys, what I want to do is, I know you guys have been seeing this word Nyugen. What is Nyugen? Nyugen is a ingredient that we actually got into an agreement with. We got into agreement with a company called Chromadex, and they announced their largest deal, and we announced our largest deal, which included a $62 million agreement, which covers Nyugen. This was all over the Wall Street Journal. You can simply Google search 5 links in Nyugen, and you're going to see so many results. Now, Nyugen is what many leading scientists are calling the miracle molecule. A lot of Ivy League studies and institutions are actually studying this product. Now, it assists with anti-aging, weight management, all the bullet points that you see at the bottom. But the bottom line is, you have the ability to not only get healthy from this miracle molecule that many scientists are calling, but now, how about every time someone wants to get a piece of this, when this starts to hit nationwide news, now you're going to be one of the main people benefiting every single time someone buys any product containing Nyugen. So what I'm actually going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to transition into how you can actually earn life-changing income with this business. This is not your traditional mom and pop business where you're going to have to work it forever, and if you stop working it, the money stops. No, this is a sort of business where you could do something properly the first time and get paid forever. In fact, if something happens to you, God forbid, if something happened to you, your wife, your spouse, your husband, your children, your parents, they would be able to benefit off the work that you've already put into place. So I'm going to explain what that means in a moment now that I've gone through the products and services. So the first thing that we do is we teach people how to leverage their time. How? Well, if you're already a busy professional, we have many doctors, nurses, CEOs, CFOs, many people who are in the money business. People who have already earned millions of dollars in their life. Why would they take a look at 5 links? I want to get the perception that this is for someone who is just down and out. This is for everyone. The bottom line is, even if you're a doctor, let's say you're a brain surgeon who makes $1 million a year. Well, let me ask you this. If you're a brain surgeon, you primarily make money with your hands. You go in, you surgically shoot radiation or use radiation on patients. You might have brain surgery. You know, you're using your hands. Or maybe you're a lawyer. Well, you might have to walk around in a courtroom. What happens if maybe you develop arthritis as a brain surgeon, or maybe you become paralyzed as a lawyer? Well, in this business, we teach you how to leverage your time, because these are professions that you can only make money as long as you're working. And if something happens to you while you're working, your money stops. In 5 links, we teach you how to leverage your time because, well, what if you could build an organization and they produce some results, but as they produce results, you benefit by default because they're in your organization? That's called leveraging time. Now, there was a gentleman, one of the world's richest men by the name of J. Paul Getty. He was a billionaire, one of the first people to hit billion-dollar status in the 20th century. And he said, I would rather earn 1% on the efforts of 100 men rather than 100% on my own efforts. When I first heard that, I had a big aha moment, because what he's basically saying is that most of us only earn income based on what we do. But what if you could find a way to leverage the talents and abilities of others, bless them with an opportunity, but because you bless them, now every single month that they do something, you get paid. That's called leveraging time. We also teach people how to leverage their income, and how to build residual income. How do you build residual income? This is the income of the rich and wealthy. This is the income of Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, your Michael Jordans, people who have been able to do something one time, and because they've done it once, they continue to get paid. I remember I was on my way out to Tampa, and one of the things that popped up on the JetBlue flight that I was flying on was a marathon of The Fresh Prince. I think we got through 3 or 4 episodes before we landed. And I had to think back, wow, Fresh Prince has not aired in over 20 years. But every single time an episode airs on TV, Will Smith and the rest of the families on that show, they get paid royalties. That's residual income. Now, I didn't think that there was any possibility of earning any more residual income until 5links came along. How about you help a customer save money on their energy one time? Well, they're going to pay that bill ongoing for the life of that customer. Well, guess what? So you're going to get paid ongoing for the life of that customer. Again, that's an example of residual income. And so breaking that down even further, now the whole idea of leverage is very, very simple. When we teach you how to get started, we are simply going to guide you through a roadmap. And in this roadmap, the first goal is to get you to a position called trainer. When you're a trainer, 5links gives you a $50 bonus because you've helped one other person get started in their business. Once they got started, they got their minimum amount of customer points, which is 8, which we'll teach you how to do in a few. But once they get started and we show you exactly how to do that, you're going to get a $50 bonus. Well, that's not a lot of money, but check out what happens when you do it again. Help another person get started in their business. Get them qualified, and I'm going to teach that term in a moment, but get them qualified with their 8 customer points. You're going to get up to 15 customer points, and 5links will pay you a $1,200 bonus. So if you're doing the math, $1,200 plus $50 is $1,250. That's going to get paid out to you as a result of hitting the position of executive trainer. Now, let me explain a couple of things. A customer point, okay? A customer point is simply represented in any product or service. Some of our products and services are worth 1 point. All of our commercial services are worth at least 2 points. And we even have some of our products and services as promotional products. Many of them are worth 3 or even more points. But the thing is, guys, just simply help yourself, help family, help anybody that you know. Save money on these bills that they're already paying. Maybe get an energy shot. Maybe get some great tasting coffee. Any one of the products that you saw. Help them get on some of these services and you're getting paid and you're closer to your bonuses. And you're doing the same thing simply by sharing a presentation with others. Help them get started and you're also being rewarded for those efforts as well. Now, this slide should excite everybody watching this. Not because you see a $200 down below. I'm not trying to insult anybody's income or what your profession is, but chances are if you work in corporate America, you cannot earn money like this, because this is now teaching you how to get paid over and over and over and over again without having to clock in over and over and over again to see that money. Let me explain. When you get started in 5links, we're going to teach you how to build a team. And let's say your team is only consists of 20 individuals. Let's say out of those 20, you only introduce 3 people. It doesn't matter. If those 3 people, maybe one of them might sponsor 10 people, one might sponsor 4 people, the other one might not sponsor anybody. But if you end up with a team of 20 people, they're in your organization. And let's just say, on average, each individual was producing 20 customer points or 20 customers. And let's say your average commission value on these products and services coming into your book of business is 50 cents. Now, it could be much higher than that. Many of our services, including our enhanced care service, is $8, all right, in terms of your average commission. But let's just say it was just dwindled down to 50 cents. This would mean a residual income of $200 every single month. Now, obviously, that's not going to retire you. But if any of you are mathematically inclined, if you understand accounting, what you'll understand is that this is simply an equation. So if you have a team of 20 people, I promise you could build it to 200. I personally definitely did that. So if you have 200 people on your team, each of which have the 20 customers with an average commission of 50 cents, that's $2,000 every single month. Now, again, this is a business that you're building on a very part-time basis. Even at this point, we're not saying go ahead and retire. But the thing is, if you could have an extra $2,000 coming in every single month as a result of people paying their bills, I know you would probably cash that check. But why even stop there? Because if you had a business of $2,000 a month with 200 team members, what would happen if you added another 0 to the team members? Well, Instead of 200 people on your team, you now have 2,000 on your team. And you guys see the math. That means $20,000 every single month when people are paying their light bill, their gas bill. Most of the people on the team you probably don't know and you never have met, but you love them the same and you love the customers even more that they're bringing in, because every single month that they're paying those bills, you're getting paid. Now, what I had to understand was this is so much different than sales. Number one, this is not cold marketing. This is not cold prospecting. This is not standing in the mall with a clipboard. And you're certainly not getting all, let me do the math, all 40,000 customers. If you multiply the team totals by the number of customers, you're not getting 40,000 customers. But what you're simply doing is you're sharing this with friends and family. What you're simply doing is inviting people to sit with you and share a presentation like this. What you're simply doing is sharing a link to something and showing them how to get on a service or how to get started in the business. It's not rocket science, and it's not sales. It's direct sales. It's word of mouth. It's simply just sharing a recommendation. Hey, I saw this great product. You should try it. They like it. Send them to your website, and now you're getting paid. You talk to your mom. Hey, mom, I'm making some great money. What is it? I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. I'm brand new, but check out this link. She sees it, and now she's a believer. That's all we do. And you can build a team. And I tell you guys, it's not easy. But let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. Is it easier working from dark in the morning to dark at night for 40 years until you retire, and probably more, because most retirees aren't earning the money that they need to become self-sustainable because people are living longer, pensions are being eliminated and everything else? Is that the world that you want to continue to live in? Or maybe do you see a possibility of this thing possibly working for you, where you have a residual income payout based on something you do one time, based on building a team one time, based on helping someone cut the cost on a service one time, including yourself, and getting paid on what you've done? So the thing is, guys, this is great. I know many of you guys are saying, well, what does it take to get started in this? What is the catch? I want you guys to change your phraseology if that's what you were thinking. This is not a cost. This is an investment. I'm sure many of us who are watching this went to high school. Many of us went to college. No one is going to say, well, college is a scam. Yet, how many of us still have student loans, have a job that pays less than what we owe to the student loans? Maybe we only took out maybe $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 in student loans, yet we have over $100,000 to pay back because of interest. But we don't call that a scam. We call that an investment. We call that getting your education. And there is nothing wrong with that. One day when I have children, I want them all to go to college. But what I also want them to understand is that you can invest in your education, but you also need to invest in your future. And unfortunately, college is just a very, very small piece of that. Investing in your future is finding something that will live beyond you and not your student loans, because that's unfortunately what most of us have that lives beyond us. Well, what can live beyond you is building a legitimate business, a business that is willable, a business that is doable, a business with a proven system that's been praised and lauded in the Wall Street Journal, NBC, ABC, the Rochester Top 100, Inc. magazine, all these major publications. And for an investment for as little as $249, and that's the position I recommend getting started at. At the $249 position, you get to market all the 5 Links products and services. You get your own personal website. You get to market anything that we come out with in the future. You also get to market energy, and you also get to benefit from all of the bonuses. And if you're trying to look at the bonuses as a basis of figuring out which position you want to get started at, let me make this crystal clear to you guys. Getting started as a custom representative really makes no sense because you only make money on what you can personally do. Now that should sound familiar because to me that's just like a job. But as an independent marketing rep, you can make money based on the efforts of others. Now, what if you introduced one person who happened to be a property manager and they closed huge accounts? That's happened for many of us in the business. So the thing is, guys, Get started as an IMR if you're truly serious about building something that can and will live beyond you. Now, here's one of the bonuses that you can only earn as an independent marketing representative. These are called team bonuses, and these are extremely lucrative. Once you've attained the position of executive trainer, which only involves helping 2 other people getting started. How many of us don't know 2 people who are overworked and underpaid? We all do. So as an executive trainer, only with 2 people on your team, you can actually earn up to $2,000 every single month based on the growth of your team. Help 2 other people become executive trainers, you become an executive director. At that position, you can earn up to $8,000 a month. As a national director, which is my current position, you can earn up to $15,000 a month. And again, this is just your team bonuses. This doesn't include your residual payout. This doesn't include your one-time product and service bonuses that many of our products and services carry. This is just a team bonus. And how about as a senior vice president, a position where you can earn up to $50,000 every single month? Now, even if this was part-time money, could many of you guys see yourself living part-time or working part-time and living full-time based on the lifestyle that you've begun to build because you did something, you took action, and you got started on a business that's definitely credible and is going places? So that's how our team bonuses work. And what I also want you to understand is that when you hit the position of senior vice president, the company gives you benefits. These are benefits that most of us will never see in corporate America, because even when you retire, you're lucky to get a watch. You're lucky to get, I don't know, some candy or something to bring home to the family. But in 5 blinks, you're truly rewarded like a CEO of your organization, because you are. Because guess what? As a senior vice president, the company will give you 5,000 stock options. Now, when this company goes public, even if it went public at $10 a share, well, guess what? That's a $50,000 payday. $100 a share, that's a $500,000 payday. Need I say more? What is Google worth today? Well over $500 a share. So just imagine you have that kind of power. On top of that, you get a BMW payment. The company will allow you to get any BMW of your choice. It could be the coupe, the convertible, the truck, the sedan, whatever it is. The only thing is the car has to be silver and custom. And if it's silver and custom, the company would take up to an $800 per month payment on your BMW. On top of that, you get a Global Links bonus. Every time a digital home phone or wireless solution is sold on your team, you get a percentage. You also get an annual vacation, a trip for 2. The company has taken its senior vice presidents on a Mediterranean cruise to the Caribbean several times. Guys, this is the position you want to be at. And on top of that, you also get an expense account. But the thing is, we have now close to 300 senior vice presidents in the company. So here's what I tell everybody on our team. When you get to senior vice president, take a very quick breath, but keep working, because at the next position, you get to hit the platinum position. This is where the game changes. This is a 7-figure earning position. And the company established this position around 2006 because there were so many senior vice presidents popping up. Well, at the platinum level, the company will give you an additional 5,000 stock options, and it will give you a Bentley payment of $4,000 a month. You get to go to BentleyMotors.com, go to any Bentley dealership of your choice, get the Bentley that you want. I didn't even know there were different types of Bentleys, but there's a Flying Spur, there's now the Bentley truck, there's a Bentley coupe, there's a Bentley convertible. Get the one that you want. The company will pick up the tab, and you won't even see the car note. And when it's paid off, the title is delivered to you. So the thing is, guys, I've actually seen these Bentleys get delivered. They're brought on these huge trucks. The cars are covered. They gently uncover the car, and the car is yours. On top of that, you get a world vacation. The fellas get a $10,000 diamond-studded Super Bowl-style ring. The ladies get a pendant valued at the same. And ladies, if you don't want the pendant, you can get a ring too. Because one of my platinum senior vice presidents actually got a ring. She said, I want that ring. And so she got the ring. But what I want to let all of you guys know, and here's a surprise for this presentation, We have something called the Platinum Bonus Pool. What is that? Well, our company grew significantly in 2014. We're now about double the amount of Platinum Senior Vice Presidents who have participated in this pool. So what does that mean? That means that every single year, the company will take a percentage of its profits. It accrues monthly. And at the end of the year, it splits it amongst everybody who has achieved the position of Platinum. Well, guess what? That happened just this past weekend. This past weekend, I got to see many of my great friends, people that I've come to know very, very well, know their families. I met them. I've celebrated with them. All right. Even on sad occasions, I've grieved with them. But I got to see many of my friends, and very soon to be yours truly. All right. Go walk across that stage and split a check of nearly $2 million. And if you guys want to see proof, I'm gonna show me the money person. There's your proof. I actually personally took that picture from the front row. Or I had a few people sneak in front of me, but from the front row of our convention this past weekend in Tampa, Florida. Those are our Platinum Senior Vice President splitting a $1.9 million check. So if you're trying to figure out, well, if this thing's real, well, I truly believe that seeing is believing. So guys, there's the money. And so if you're trying to figure out, well, what's above Platinum? Funny you should ask. The company actually established a position ahead of Platinum called Diamond. Now, at the Diamond position, no one's ever hit it yet because it's brand new. So many people were hitting Platinum. We now have close to 30 Platinum Senior Vice Presidents in the company. The company is continuously trying to find ways to put representatives first, and they established this position. This includes a $300,000 earned position bonus and $10,000 a month for life. So just imagine having that sort of income, an income where you're already earning well into the millions of dollars every year, but because you've done that, now you're truly in a position to completely alter not only your family's legacy, but so many other people's lives as well, establishing foundations, establishing organizations, companies, all right? Buying an island, who knows, whatever you want. But guys, I'm telling you, this is something that can totally change your life. And so what I want to impress upon you guys is the fact that we have so much training and support. There is so much mentorship, leadership, conference calls, webinars such as this. We have in-home meetings, local meetings, regional meetings, national meetings, and now international meetings. So if you're trying to figure out, well, is this the sort of thing that I have to figure out on my own? No. Let me give you guys an example. Everybody on this webinar has heard of McDonald's. I don't care if you live in Kansas or if you live in China. There is a McDonald's near you. Well, what McDonald's did, Ray Kroc being the founder, he established the idea of a franchise. And all a franchise is a proven system. A franchise is a system where they will teach you how to do something correctly. They will have a perfect blueprint, and anybody can buy into that system. And when they do, they have a perfect blueprint to follow, and they will achieve success. So great examples of franchises are McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Popeyes, Holiday Inn, Howard Johnson. The list goes on. There's so many different types of franchises out there. They're all over the world. It's a powerful business system. But the thing is, if you wanted to open your own McDonald's, to buy that successful system, you would need well over $1 million liquid. Meaning that you couldn't get a loan. You would have to be able to show that you had that amount of money in expendable cash. Well, in 5 Links, we have the same sort of system that we teach you how to follow for less than a fraction of the investment that you would need to start a McDonald's. Yet your earnings potential could be well above that of a McDonald's, because guess what? Every McDonald's store is like you introducing one business partner. How? Well, when you have your own McDonald's, you're earning on all the customers that come into your store. But you're limited to one store. But if you open up another store, that's like introducing another partner. Because now, even though you're not directly working there, every single time a customer gets a Big Mac or a cheeseburger, you're getting paid because you opened that store. You guys seeing where this is going. So by you getting into 5 links, you launch your business. You help someone launch their business, plug them into this system. And now every single month they get customers, all right? Or they pay their own services. You get paid, all right? We also get a personal website where you can sell your products and services. You have 5 Links University where you get to learn this thing in the comfort of your own home. We also have business reporting. If you're trying to figure out what is the training and support like, I have a picture that I took from this past weekend once again, because I wanted to show you guys some real examples of people that I know, people that I work with, and specifically an individual who poured himself into me and made me the type of person that I am in this business. When I got started in this business, the person that you see in the light colored suit, LaRod Smalls, was basically my mentor. When I got started, both me and the gentleman who introduced me named Dave Farrell, we were brand new. We were wet behind the ears. And LaRod poured into us and really showed us this system. And I guarantee we are duplicating his success. You'll see in a minute the massive size of our team. And we just continue to grow. I took this picture because I knew we were all pouring into him. This was in Tampa, Florida this past weekend. And I promise you, you get into this business, you're serious, and we're going to pour into you the same way LaRod poured into me. Because the more we make you successful, we're all successful by default. So the thing is, you can have whatever you want if you simply help enough people get what they want. And that's the philosophy that we stand by. So you might be saying to yourself, well, what's the bottom line? The bottom line is this: get started. If it truly makes sense to you, I want to let you guys know that this presentation always finds 3 types of viewers. And I want you guys to figure out which type of viewer you are. There's person number 1, person number 2, and person number 3. If you're person number 1, you're saying to yourself, well, it makes sense. I love the idea. Let's get started. What I say to you is, whoever invited you to this presentation, if they sent you a link, if they texted you, if they called you, if they told you in person, if you're sitting with them, immediately find out how to get started and get started tonight, period. If you're not that person, if you're person number 2, you like the idea, but you have questions. Maybe you've seen things like this before. Your uncle's cousin's brother's niece, dog's sister's friend did it, and they weren't successful. Or maybe you think they did a business like this. Maybe you just have legitimate questions. That's totally okay. My challenge to you is to stick around and to get your questions answered by the person who introduced you. The worst thing that you can do is to ask the advice of someone that you're not willing to emulate. I'll give you an example. If your arm was really bothering you, would you seek the advice and counsel of a doctor, or would you ask a plumber? You would probably ask the doctor if you were smart. Or if your pipe bursts underneath your sink, would you go to the hospital and ask your doctor to fix it? No, you would hire the plumber that time, right? So the same thing with this business. Find people who've been successful and find out what they did. Because I guarantee you, in any business, you're going to have people who are unsuccessful. You're going to have people who are successful. And just as someone who has been trained in this business, and again, not being braggadocious at all, but someone who's very respected in the company, I can honestly tell you that the difference between success and failure is following the system. Not only knowing what to do, but actually following through. And I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not a get rich quick. It's not an easy business, but it works. And it's incredibly simple if you just stay plugged in. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to close off this portion of the presentation. I want you to hang around because I'm going to actually show you a couple of pictures that I took while we were out in Tampa, Florida. And then we're going to show you guys how you would launch your business in your first 30 days. If you're a business partner who's happened to be tuning in, you might also want to look at this as well, because we're going to cover some very simple but very useful fundamentals as you continue to build your business all across the world. 5 Links is now not only operable in the US, but we're now operable in Canada, the Philippines, Mexico, Dominican Republic, and Haiti. So we're an international company. We're very quickly soon expanding to Singapore and Malaysia, throughout Latin America, and eventually Europe and the entire world. So the thing is, you want to get started while this company is still, I wouldn't even say in its infant stages. It's definitely matured, but it has so much further to go. You want to get started now so you can simply ride the growth, ride the wave, and change your last name forever. So with that being said, if this is not for you though, if you don't see the opportunity, and I don't know who you might be, but if this is not for you, I want to thank you for staying on this long. You certainly didn't have to stay on this long, but if this is not for you, at least think enough of the person who saw the diamond senior vice president in you. Think enough of them to say thank you. And to also ask them, well, what's the link to your website? Where can I get a product and service? Because I guarantee you'll be able to get a great product and service, and you'll be able to save some money. Why not help them out for seeing the diamond in you? So that being said, guys, let me show you a couple of pictures. This couple right here, very, very good friends of mine, Jay and Lanier Evans. They actually just hit the position of senior vice president, been in this business for a little under 4 years, and they got it done with no previous network marketing experience. I'm telling you guys, these people are genuine people, they're real people, and this business can just truly happen for you and your family. All right. Here's another picture of yours truly. This is actually me. I was a customer club honoree. I actually hit the 200 customer club in the company, meaning that I'm in the top 1%, or probably even less than that, of customer gatherers in the entire company. Again, I did this with no experience. I simply plugged into the system that they taught me, and I was successful. All right, and you guys could be too. The gentleman that you see to the far right, who's closest to the camera, this is the individual who introduced me to 5 Links. This is Dave Farrell. And when Dave introduced me, he was also new. But he told me he had a vision. And initially, when he introduced it to me, I was still working. I didn't even want to look at it. But then when he approached me 2 months later, after I had lost my job, I took a serious look at this business, and it was a no-brainer. And I only wish that I sacrificed everything that I could have to get started that much earlier. But the bottom line is, I'm so grateful to him, and I'm forever indebted to him for sharing this with me, because it's totally transforming my life. It's going to completely alter the pace at which I gain prosperity, the pace at which I'm able to give back, and it can truly do the same for you. Now, this is another one of my friends. This is an example of support. The company has a corporate infrastructure that will help you in this business. This is a woman by the name of Tina, and she's at 5 Links Corporate in Rochester, New York. We took this picture this past weekend, and she's such a lovely lady, and she's someone who definitely always looks out for me whenever I have a question or an issue. She's always there to help. So not only do you have a great team, you have great people, but you also have a great infrastructure that makes sure you have everything that you need in this business. Now, this gentleman who's on stage, you could simply Google Eric Thomas. It's a common name, but he also goes by the name of E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. And he was our keynote speaker. We've also had Robert Kiyosaki. We've had Tony Robbins. We've had John C. Maxwell, Russell Simmons, multi-millionaires, multi-hundred millionaires who've poured into us. And he actually gave this quote this past weekend, which said, according to a study, only 1 out of 3 people consider themselves happy. And he says, I need you to be the one. All right. So guys, we have so much support and so much help. And this is just an example of some of the people on our team. Just an example. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to now begin our quick start. Give me one quick moment while I turn down my fan. One moment, guys. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to break down how to actually get started in this business. And this is going to be some great review for our business partners. This aspect will take less than 5 minutes, but it's very, very powerful and useful information. Now, 5 Links, we teach you how to do 2 things. We teach you how to help people save money, and we teach you how to help people make money. That's it. Now, it's simple. It's not necessarily easy, but it's incredibly simple. When you help people save money, they become your customers. And when you help people make money, they become your business partners. Now, when you get started in 5 Links, we're going to teach you how to get your 8 customer points. This is called getting qualified. Now, many of you guys who have maybe heard of direct sales or network marketing, you were confused and you were trying to figure out, is it a pyramid scheme? Is it a Ponzi scheme? But what's ironic is that most people don't even understand what those terms mean. Let me break it down to you. A pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme simply signifies a business, an old business model that existed in the 70s, where people were able to profit just by introducing memberships. There was no product, there was no service, there was no value for anyone. It was just simply, in a way, a raffle with no prize. You just brought people in. That's not what this is. What separates 5 Links from that old, outdated model that people probably confuse this with is the fact that we have legitimate, useful, and very helpful products and services. Now, in 5 Links, we teach you how to become your own first customer. Why sell something that you're not willing to use on your own? So the first thing we're going to show you how to do is to get a preferred service and a preferred product. You do that in the right way, you're going to get your 8 customer points. So become your own first customer today. And the person who introduced you to this business will show you exactly how to do this. Now, we have so many products and services, as you guys see. We even have our High Five Fuel, which is not even mentioned here. But every product and service is worth at least 1 point. Some are worth 4, 5, 6, and even 10, as you see there. But we have our 3 divisions, and we'll have more even coming up soon. All right? That's big hints, okay? So remember that. Also remember that in your first 30 to 60 to 90 days, we're going to show you not only how to triple, quadruple, quintuple your investment, but how to do this in the right way. We're going to show you how to introduce your 2 business partners, which will give you your first $50 and your $1,200 bonus, and you'll get another $500 bonus by just duplicating that. Help 2 people also get their 2 business partners, and you get 1 more, and the company will give you $1,750. Here's how this is paid out, so you guys know very transparently how this is paid out. You're going to get your first payout of $300 immediately. You'll also get your first $50 immediately. The remaining $900 gets paid out over the next 9 months. And then also, once you hit the executive director level, you'll get that $500 immediately once that position is hit. What the company has also done, they say, look, help 3 people become executive director. Do that in your first 90 days, and the company will pay you another $2,500. And at this point, because you've done that, you're racking in a lot of team bonuses. You're racking in a whole lot of money. At this point, you could have easily have garnered $15,000 to $20,000 in your first 90 days in business. It does require effort, and it requires for you to be serious, but it's definitely doable based on all the bonuses and promotions we currently have on the table. So again, get back with the person who brought you on to really break this down to you. Now, this is our team bonus structure, which shows you how much money you can earn at each position. Again, as an ET, you can earn up to $2,000 every month. As an ED, up to $8 grand. As a national director, up to $15 grand. And as a senior vice president, up to $50,000 every single month based on the growth of your team. This is a great way of earning income. Again, it's leveraged income. This is bonus money. And this is money that you begin to earn, and it begins to pay you based on the work that you've already put in. So that's great. Now, last but not least, get started right away. You're going to make a list. We're going to teach you how to make a list of potential business partners and customers. You don't want to prejudge. Put down everybody on your list. And secondly, you're going to meet with your upline executive in your first 24 to 48 hours. And we're going to really teach you this system. We're going to pour into you. And I promise, if you stick and stay, you're going to get your pay. You're going to stay plugged in. You're going to take action, most importantly. And you're going to continue to follow the system until one day you're on that stage as a Diamond Senior Vice President. So with all that being said, guys, let me bring it back to me. This is Ricardo Super once again. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this presentation, again, get back with the person who got you onto this presentation. And I want to see you guys on the beaches of the world. And if you don't like the beach, we'll see you at the bank. God bless you all and take care. Have a wonderful evening and good night.